Have you seen it yet? The Deliverance on Netflix, starring Monique, Glenn Close, and others. I thought it was an interesting movie and it had a lot of messages. One of the messages for me was that I felt it was showing that people had no sensitivity to the spirit world. All these things happening in your home, and you don't even, first of all, you don't even know that it's demonic. Because let me go in the house and hear noises, or my children say they're talking to somebody in a hole downstairs named Trey. I'm packing up and I'm leaving. And it also showed me that not only do these people not have any sensitivity to the spirit, but the way in which they live their life, they couldn't be prepared to meet anything anyway. You have a mom that's constantly drinking. The grandma says she's saved, but she's smoking. She's smoking, wearing tore up clothes, revealing clothes. Then she's got some man backing her up in the kitchen. I can't think of his name. I think his name is Epps, Omar Epps. Great actor. And all these secular songs at the birthday party. It was nothing in their lives really which reflected scripture. And then this lady was a member of a church where the pastor said, I don't do this type of thing. So not only are you a person that has no sense of the spirit, but you basically go into a church where the pastor tells you she don't do that kind of thing. What kind of pastor doesn't confront wickedness or know how to rebuke evil or know how to get a prayer through or even have a community of preachers that you are part of? The other pastor, she didn't even try to call anybody to help them. This movie is also based on a true story, and it tells the story of an Indiana family whose children are allegedly possessed by demons. The family moves in a new home, and there are all type of incidents in which the children hear noises, they hear footsteps, they're waking up in the middle of the sleep, they're getting bruises, and they don't know where they're coming from. Children crawling on the walls, lamentating up in the air. They can't remember what happened to them. And all this type of demonic activity and strange occurrences that happen in their home. And they have no sense that what they're facing is evil. Let me go in a house and hear one noise. Ebony Jackson is a struggling single mom, and she moves her mother and children into a new home. And the mother finally tries to get her Bible and face the evil, and she's killed by the demonic spirit. She's supposed to be the saved one in the house and does not have any power. The apostle, played by the lady who played Maddie Moss Clark, Miss Ellis-Taylor, she doesn't have the power, and she's supposed to be the apostle. What apostle do you know in the Bible that couldn't confront the devil? The devil knew exactly who they were. Paul, I know, Silas, I know, but who are you? That was the type of incident. And so it comes down to the mother finally getting the faith and the strength to cast out and defeat the demon and to get her family and put it back together again, and to also reconcile with her estranged husband that's in Philadelphia in another city and state. But to me, it showed that the church and the leaders of the church, the pastors, the preachers, who in this movie, in the case were females, had no sensitivity and no power to deal with the ailments of the day. And that's what we're dealing with now. We have too many pastors and preachers who cannot deal with the spiritual demons of today because they're carnal and not in the spirit. This movie also had an interesting theme in looking at white mothers of their biracial children and how they fit in society and how they fit in with their families. I thought that that was an interesting thing. And the cast was really good because I never thought about Glenn Close and Monique on a movie together. It was really some good acting. Omar Epps, Miss Ellis-Taylor, Glenn Close, just a lot of good people. And Lee Daniels was the producer and the very talented cast. Fire, 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 most definitely. Me, I personally don't like this type of movie. I didn't even like The Exorcist. A lot of people feel like that Lee Daniels steals a lot from Little Kim and that he owes her. I hope that's not true. But I don't understand why people feel like you can be in the things of carnality and then be able to address the things of the spirit. That's the thing that this movie has for me. You have a whole lot of people trying to deal with things of the spirit from a carnal perspective. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. You have her daughter who recently has his a birthday, and there's the baby son who gets possessed by Trey. I mean, look at these clothes. Then there's an incident where he almost drowns in the bathtub and almost strangles other people. And come to find out that they were living in this house in which 20 years ago, the family was killed. The mother ended up chopping off the head of the father. Then she ended up strangling her child, and then she ends up hanging herself. And the pastor loses the son and tries to cast the devil out the first time. And then you have a white mother who named her biracial child Ebony. Quite interesting. And going to a black church. Quite interesting. But it's interesting that when people intermarry, they can always fit in with the black race, but you rarely see them settling in the white race, in their community, their churches, their homes, their friends, where they have their parties, where they shop, where they live. You have an incident in this movie where they're dead animals. And then finally, her baby son is put in the hospital and he undoes his straps and climbs on the wall. And so now Monique finally sees that, hey, it really isn't the mother. And she saw the burnt cross that occurred after the grandma was killed. There's simply evil in this house and it's a portal to hell. So the fans really like this movie. They like the writing, they like the casting, they like the wardrobe, they like the hair. I most definitely like Monique. Monique looks good since she's lost all of her weight. Um, Especially this outfit on the left. I like the skirt. Little bit too short, but I really like it. And her hair looks good too. And so does the daughter in the background. Her hair looks really good. So what do you think? What are your thoughts on this movie?